Hello and welcome to The Print. My name is Devdatta and today we discuss what is happening in Balochistan. Balochistan is on the boil again. The 10th province in Pakistan saw fresh violence on Sunday after the Balochistan police attacked a sit-in protest in Quetta and filed an FIR against the Baloch Yakjehti Committee leader Maharang Baloch. The charges include terrorism, murder and attempted murder, incitement to violence and rebellion, and for creating disorder and promoting racial hatred along with property damage. Now, the case stems from an incident at the civil hospital Quetta, where the BYC members reportedly took 5 bodies of Baloch insurgents who were killed in a recent operation. Maharang Baloch and 17 others were arrested and placed in Quetta district jail under the Maintenance of Public Order Ordinance. Another FIR accuses 100 to 150 BYC supporters of storming the morgue, assaulting a private ambulance driver, and taking the bodies. A third FIR has been registered for blocking roads and inciting unrest. Now, in response, protests and strikes across Balochistan have occurred with demonstrators blocking highways and clashing with the police. The internet remains shut down in Quetta and the surrounding areas for a fourth consecutive day. Here's what happened. A widespread shutdown strike erupted across Balochistan on Saturday in response to a call by the Baloch Yakjehti Committee, which is led by Maharang Baloch and is a democratic human rights group, following a violent police crackdown on the previous day on protesters in Quetta. Now, the demonstrations have been ongoing in the region for several days and were triggered by allegations of enforced disappearances and other human rights violations committed by the Pakistani state against Baloch nationals. Post Maharang Baloch's arrest, the group alleged that the bodies of the slain youths which had been present at the protest site were seized by the authorities. Meanwhile, international human rights organizations have raised concerns over the ongoing violence in Balochistan. UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights Defenders Mary Lawler on Saturday expressed concern over the reported arrests of Dr. Maharang Baloch and other activists, while the Irish human rights group Frontline Defenders called for her immediate release. Taj Baloch, one of the founders of the Human Rights Council Balochistan, criticized the government's handling of the situation and told The Print that this suppression is part of Pakistan's state policy towards Balochistan. In his words, even the BLA, which Pakistan considers an outlaw, had spared women and children when they attacked forces, be it in the military camps or the recent Jafar Express incident. He said, and I quote, "While on one hand the state considers Maharang and other protesters against the Baloch genocide to be collaborators of the BLA, by these actions the Pakistan state itself is legitimizing the BLA's claim of being the representative of the Baloch people." Now, why did the unrest and protest over enforced disappearances occur? BYC members staged a peaceful sit-in protest on Friday near the University of Balochistan, and their demand was the release of Baloch activists who had allegedly been abducted by the state. The protest was met with brute force by the police, who deployed tear gas, water cannons, and fired blank shots to disperse the demonstrators. This police action resulted in the death of 3 individuals, according to the BYC, while 13 others sustained injuries. The Balochistan government reported injuries to 10 of its personnel, including a policewoman, according to Pakistan's newspaper Dawn. In a statement issued late Friday night, Maharang Baloch then announced a province-wide strike in retaliation for what she called state violence. The call for the shutdown was swiftly followed by reports of closed shops, blocked roads in major cities across Balochistan, including Chagai, Khuzdar, Washuk, and Surab. Protests also erupted in Mastoom, Dera Murad Jamali, and Turbat, with demonstrators blocking roads and burning tires in defiance of the authorities. In some areas reportedly, such as Turbat, gunshots were fired at protesters, which injured 2 children, according to a Dawn report. Authorities responded to the protest by further restricting communication, and mobile services in Quetta were suspended since Friday evening. However, no official announcement has been made regarding the suspension of services. The situation escalated on Saturday morning when security forces carried out a pre-dawn raid on the ongoing sit-in in Quetta. Videos shared by the group show police dragging away women and arresting several protesters, including Dr. Baloch. Why did the protests escalate? Now, the protests, which initially began over the abduction of several Baloch activists, intensified in recent days due to the increasing number of alleged enforced disappearances. Baloch activists claim that thousands of Baloch nationals have been abducted by the military or the intelligence agencies in recent years, with many still missing. As a result, morgues in the region have become focal points of tension as the families of the disappeared fear that the loved ones' bodies may be among the unidentified corpses. This is why BYC members had attempted to visit the morgues in Quetta to determine whether the bodies of missing individuals were among those that were recovered by authorities. However, they were reportedly denied access, which prompted further outrage and the eventual seizure of the bodies by protesters. Now, the Pakistan government insists that the bodies removed from the morgue belonged to members of the Balochistan Liberation Army, a separatist group engaged in armed rebellion against Pakistan. In response to the police crackdown, the Balochistan Bar Council then condemned the use of force and announced a boycott of court proceedings across the province. In a statement, they said, "The incompetent provincial government of the PPP has set the worst example of dictatorship by using coercion and power to extend its rule." PTI, or the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party, also condemned the police action, labeling it as an excessive and brutal use of force against peaceful protesters. Meanwhile, on the same day, Niaz Baloch, who is the coordinator of the Baloch National Movement Foreign Department, addressed the alarming human rights situation in Balochistan at the 58th session of the United Human Rights Council in Geneva. He highlighted the recent disappearances of social activists such as Biberg Zehri, who is a Central Committee member of the Baloch Yakjehti Committee, and his brother Hamal Zehri, who is a scientist. BNM and other Baloch nationalist groups continue to accuse the Pakistani government of using enforced disappearances, targeted killings and intimidation to silence activists and human rights defenders in the region. In his statement, Niaz Baloch said that enforced disappearances have become a systematic tool of oppression in Balochistan. The insurgency in Balochistan dates back nearly to the inception of Pakistan itself. It started in 1948 when the region was controversially, and some argue forcibly, integrated into the newly established country, and violent separatist movements, mainly led by tribal groups, erupted once more in 1958, 1962 and 1973. The support for Baloch resistance, both violent and non-violent, has been rising in the recent years, especially among the younger generation, with large numbers participating in recent protests. Many continue to become radicalized in response to the ongoing human rights abuses committed by the military and paramilitary forces in Balochistan over the past 2 decades. This period of anti-insurgency operations and the suppression of dissent, which is often referred to as Pakistan's covert dirty war, has resulted in abduction, torture, and in many cases death or disappearances of thousands of activists, journalists, students, and civilians in the region. According to Voices for Baloch Missing Persons, nearly 1,500 individuals are among those that have disappeared or have been found dead since 2009, often showing signs of brutalization, while another 6,000 remain missing. Since the resurgence of the insurgency, human rights organizations have reported a rise in extrajudicial killings. The military, however, denies its involvement in any of these cases. This is Devdatta for The Print. Keep watching for more such videos.